Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Vicki York, and I'm sure by the title of this video you either came into it wanting to debate me, or maybe you are genuinely curious on what I have to say about outlining. Listen, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I would like to give you some insights on things that I've learned throughout my years of writing, and just to let you know, spoiler alert, I don't know how I got this far in my writing journey without outlining. So if this kind of video sounds interesting to you, then I hope you'll stick around and listen to what I have to say. So first off, let's ask this question. What is a pantser, plotter, and a plantser? If you're a writer and you have been for a while now, then you probably have a basic idea of what these terms mean. But if you're new to writing, or you are my husband, my parents, or someone random that just so happened to stumble across this video, then you're probably looking at these terms and thinking, huh? First up, a pantser. A pantser basically means that it is someone who writes by the seat of their pants. It could be a beginning, it could be an ending, it could just be a rough idea for a story, or it could just be one element of that story, but they take that and they start writing. To pantsers, they like complete freedom and they like to discover the story as they go. Plotters. A plotter is a writer that likes to plan or plot out their novel and like to have an outline before they begin writing their story. Plotters like to know exactly what's going to happen in their story before they begin writing. Plantsers. A plantser is a hybrid of a pantser and a plotter, hence the name. Plantsers usually tend to lean towards either being a pantser or a plotter. Plantsers can have an outline or just some kind of generalized summary of what is going to happen in their novel, but as they're writing it, they can pant certain parts or even go completely rogue from their outline while they're writing. So let's get into why I now prefer plotting and the benefits I have found from it in my own writing journey. I know what's going to happen next. I know for me, knowing what's going to happen next really helps motivate me to keep writing, especially whenever I'm in those slower parts of my novel and I know that I'm going to get to a part that I've been really looking forward to soon. Less rewrites. If you're like me and you like to outline and plot out your novel, then you have probably already read through your outline countless times and have caught a lot of different errors along the way. There's less rewrites with this because you've probably already caught a lot of those plot holes or any other weird things hanging out there during the outlining phase. At least I hope you did. Fix problems before you begin. Going back to less rewrites, if you outlined beforehand, you should have found any problems during the outlining phase. But I know sometimes things can come up while you're writing, and that is completely okay. The point of the outline is to have less issues while you're writing. That way you can tackle those issues before they overrun your novel. Excitement for knowing what's coming. I know I've mentioned this a few times already in this video, but just that excitement of knowing what's going to be happening can really get you motivated to keep writing, especially if there's a favorite scene that you've been looking forward to writing and you know it's going to be coming up. Better organization. I know for me, I found that writing chronologically has helped me tremendously and has made a world of difference for me in my writing because now I'm less confused. With a clear path and set and no skips, my writing is a lot smoother and organized. Multiple POV. If you plan to do multiple POV or point of view, this will help you keep better track of that if you outline, because it also helps you keep a better order of it, and that stuff can get messy really fast. Creativity. I know the biggest argument that many writers have about outlining is that they feel that it restricts their creativity. Well, I really disagree with this. I found that brainstorming and outlining has really helped my creativity and actually helps me get even more excited about writing this story. It's exciting to me because I get to look forward to these big moments that I've thought of, and it just makes me even more eager to write. Character arcs. Outlining can really help with your character arc and helping you monitor your character's growth throughout the story. This way, there are no questions while you're writing. You already know that your character is growing and evolving and learning that lesson. So what made me go from being a pantser to a plotter? Well, first of all, I hated outlining in school. I have vivid memories of me, especially in middle school, staring up at that board, looking at those Roman numerals, and just completely blanking out because it was so confusing to me And for some reason, my brain could just not wrap around it. I could just never get that format correct. When we were assigned an essay and we had to outline beforehand, I would dread it because I knew I was going to get it wrong. Writing without an outline made me feel like I had more freedom over what I had to say, and I didn't feel restricted to have to think of everything beforehand. I could just go. I didn't have anything holding me back. And plus, outlines took time. I felt like if I outlined, I would lose all the momentum for the story I had in my head and I wouldn't be able to write it. I didn't want to spend time fumbling around with characters, places, or any of that. I wanted to jump right into that story and let my characters come to life that way. I am not saying that this way of writing is incorrect, but what I am saying is that it never worked that well for me. When I used to pants my stories, I would get 1, 2, maybe even 5 chapters, and then I would lose steam for the story. I would hit a huge standstill. It was like all the momentum had gone. I did NaNoWriMo thinking that this would help, and while the words would come, I never made it to that 50,000 word mark except once. And honestly, that story was atrocious. I thought about going back and editing it, but it's gone. Lost. So then what made me finally want to outline? In 2015, I came up with a story idea. It was in the what if stage, and I had a few ideas written down in a note app on my phone. And then from there, the few ideas that I had just kept growing. And I always made sure I typed up any idea I ever thought of for this story, good or bad. And then one night I started writing. Not a draft or anything like that, but just different paragraphs summarizing different events in my novel. It didn't really hit me at the time, but I realized what I was doing was kind of like an outline. I had a beginning, middle, and an end all summarized into paragraphs. So what comes next? Well, I'm glad you asked. Enter Scrivener. Scrivener is a powerful writing tool where you can have your story, your notes, everything together all in one place. I used Scrivener's corkboard feature, which has note cards, and I moved all of my paragraphs from my outline summary over into that and rearranged them around and made them into scenes. Before long, I had my story outlined in Scrivener. This story that I had put into Scrivener is the same story I'm still working on, but it was in its early stage. I wrote all of the story in about a month, though I don't remember the exact word count that I had for it. I know it wasn't a lot. I made the mistake of writing scenes that I was really looking forward to writing and skipping the ones that I just was about writing, and it really messed me up. I do not suggest doing this. It took me a few tries of outlining to figure out exactly what I liked. I watched a video by Jenna Marassi, another Authortuber on YouTube. I'm sure you might have heard of her. And she did a video on outlining about using post-it notes. This idea really helped me because I am very visual and I like to be able to move things around. You can do something like this in Scrivener like I just explained before, but there was something about having a physical post-it note and being able to move it around on a board that really was appealing to me and helped me out a lot. If you would like a separate video on my personal outlining method, just let me know down in the comments. I would love to do that for you guys if that is something that you were interested in. Thank you so much for watching today. I know as writers, we all have our own ways of doing things. If you're a pantser and that works for you, please know that I am jealous of you. Let me know down in the comments if you are a pantser, a plotter, or a hybrid of the two, a plantser. I think many different writers feel intimidated by outlining, when really outlining can be however you want to do it and whatever works best for you. Let me know also down in the comments if there are any other videos that you would like me to do going over the different outlining methods like the snowflake method, save the cat, or any others that you can think of. Just let me know down below. I would love to look into these for you and go over more of them in depth. Or if you have any other requests for a video, just let me know. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you like videos about writing and books, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. I upload new videos on Mondays. See you in the next one. Bye!